Namaste, hello, and welcome back to Vision Economics Academy, your one-stop solution to all economics subject problem. I am Sir Shivankar, and today we will be continuing with chapter number 7, Aggregate Demand and Related Concepts from Macroeconomics. The topic that we are covering today is types of propensity to consume. Before we jump into the technical aspects of the propensity to consume, we'll understand as to what propensity to consume is. Propensity to consume is what portion or what proportion that you're consuming. For example, we'll take an example of a pizza, right? So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 slices of pizza. Suppose you are consuming only one slice of pizza, that is your propensity to consume is low, that you are out of one whole pizza you are only consuming one slice. If you are consuming two slices, it's still lower. If you are consuming 5 slices, then your propensity to consume is high, right? Okay. So that's what propensity to consume is. Now the two technical aspect of propensity to consume is average propensity to consume, right? And another one is marginal propensity to consume, right? Okay. Now what average propensity to consume is? Now to understand average propensity to consume, let's take an example of a cake. Suppose this is the cake, right? If you consider this cake as your income, this whole cake as your income, right? And you took a slice of the cake and you consumed it. So this is average propensity to consume. That means what proportion of income you are consuming. That means APC is simply C by Y, consumption by income. Okay, so in a very simple sense, if this cake is your income and you're consuming this much of your cake, so that is your APC, the proportion of the cake that you're consuming, or the proportion of income that you're consuming, that is C by Y. Now if you have to understand the average propensity to consume through a diagram, let's draw the consumption curve first, right? C, this is a consumption curve. O, C is the autonomous consumption, right? Now let's draw a line here. Okay, so this y-axis is the consumption and x-axis is the income, right? Now now let's take this point A. Let us take this point A, and at point A, let us give this ON, this is OY1, right? So at point A, your consumption is ON, that is ON, and your income is OY1. So your APC is equals to ON by OY1, that is consumption by income, right? Consumption by income. So ON is the level of consumption and OY1 is the level of income. So that's what an APC is diagrammatically. Now some important points about APC is that APC is greater than 1. Okay, so when is APC greater than 1? When your consumption is more than your income. For example, even at zero level of income, there is still consumption, and until and unless it reaches the break-even point, your APC will be greater than 1. When will APC be equal to 1? When your consumption is equals to income, that is your break-even point. When is your APC less than 1? That is beyond the break-even point, when your consumption gets more than income. That time, your consumption gets lesser than the proportion of income, that time your APC is less than 1. And APC falls with the increase in income, right? So as your income increases, the proportion of income that you're consuming would get lesser and lesser, right? Okay, as your income increases, the portion of income that you're consuming will get lesser. Even though the consumption might increase, but the proportion might decrease. So APC falls with the increase in income, and APC can never be zero, because at even zero level of income, there is still consumption, that is autonomous consumption, right? Now moving on to MPC, that is marginal propensity to consume. Let's say your pocket money has increased by 100 rupees, right? Now, out of that 100 rupees increase in your pocket money, you are consuming, let's say, 70 rupees. So your MPC would be 0.7, that is the 70 rupees out of the increased pocket money you are consuming. That means if your income was 1000 rupees, right, salary was 1000 rupees, and now it has changed to, or increased to 2000, right? So with 1000 increase in your salary, what portion of this increase in salary you're consuming? Let's say you're consuming 500 rupees. So your MPC would be 0.5, okay? Because half of the addition in your salary you are consuming. So stating that in a diagram, it would be, let's say this is a consumption curve, OC, right? Now, whenever we are talking about marginal, we are talking about the change, all right? ON, let's give this point A, and when there's increase in your income, so let's give this point B, M, Y2. So previously, when we looked for APC, it was the point A. Now, when we're looking for MPC, it's the point B. Now, what is the increase in consumption? So y-axis is the consumption and x-axis is the income. What is the increase in consumption? Increase in consumption is MN, that is change in C. With change in income is OY1, right? So Y1 and Y2, sorry. The change in income is from Y1 to Y2. So Y1, Y2, that is change in Y. So now your MPC here at this point, B, is MN by Y1, Y2, right? Now some of the important point about MPC is the value of MPC varies between 0 and 1. If all the additional income, whatever the change in income has happened, if the entire of the income is consumed, then your MPC would be 1. And if the entire of your additional income is saved, then your MPC will be 0, because you're not consuming any more proportion of the increased income. Now MPC is poor, MPC of poor countries are more than that of a rich. Yes, because the poor countries will have lesser national income. So for the development purpose, for their day-to-day sustenance also, more portion of the national income has to be consumed. So for the poor, MPC will be higher. And for the rich, yes, their consumption, their spending will be more, but the proportion of the income that they are consuming will be less. So for rich countries, the MPC will be less, right? So as the income increases, MPC falls. As we know, the more we are our income is increasing, the consumption get in proportion lesser and lesser and lesser. Okay, so please do not get confused with thinking that your consumption will get lower, that is in exact amount also lower. No, it's just in the proportion, right? Suppose you're earning 10,000 a month, right? So in today's world, for your daily sustenance, you would be at least consuming full 10,000 or even more than that. Suppose your income is 2 lakhs. Okay, your consumption will be obviously more, 50,000, but still the proportion of your total income, okay, right, is less. Here your MPC would be 1, and here your MPC would be 0.25, right? So that is what MPC is all about, and we'll continue with the propensity to save portion also in the next class. As I've already told you right at the beginning, that I'm dividing this chapter into various segments and would be dealing with this chapter, right? So in the next episode, we will be dealing with the saving functions, that is propensity to save, average propensity to save, and marginal propensity to save. Till then, be safe. Thank you. This is Sir Shivankar signing off. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and share as much as you can. Thank you.